All right, so the first assignment that you're going to brainstorm is a have you ever list. A have you ever list, as it relates to this assignment, is going to be a brainstorming exercise that's going to lead to our narrative assignment. A have you ever is some experience that's unique to you, that you experience, and that you feel in some ways defines who you are as a person, defines you. And so this is a list of have you ever experienced that I'm going to share with you. And this number one is, if you ever grown up in a house without a flush toilet. My folks were into homesteading, and we didn't end up having a flush toilet in the house that I grew up in until I was 12 years old. If you ever lived in a tent for 3 months, this was an extensive backpacking trip. And then again, when I was a little bit older, my wife and I lived in a tent in Durango, Colorado while we were raft guiding. Have you ever been in a pyramid? My folks pulled me out of school when I was in about sixth grade and took me to Israel and Egypt for about a month. So, have you ever lived in a snow cave for 15 days? Have you ever gone 30 days without a shower? Have you ever gone to school in the middle of the night? The story I can tell you occurred when I was a first year high school English teacher in Georgia. I was commuting 140 miles a day, and I had a pretty stressful night. Woke up, thought that it was time to go to school. Little did I know it was 11 o'clock at night. Jumped in the car, brewed a pot of coffee, and drove to school, only to find out at 1:30 in the morning that I was at school and no one else was there. During that same period of teaching high school, I hit two deer in 2 weeks with two cars, pretty much totaling both cars. And then finally, have you ever built a house? So those are some unique experiences that have occurred to me, or I've experienced throughout my life, that if I were to sit down and write a narrative paper, which we're preparing ourselves for, any of these particular topics I could turn into a full narrative story or narrative essay. Okay, so your writing portfolio assignment for this week, as I'm sure you can imagine, is going to be to come up with a 10 item list, or have you ever item list. The second item that you're going to do is you're going to begin a free write. So let's take a look at these. So number one, list 10. I'm going to abbreviate here, have you ever. I'm going to call these events or experiences. Then your second writing portfolio task for the week is that you need to take 3 of these that you list up here, and I want you to turn those into 3 free writes. Now, I can't determine exactly how long you're going to write for each one, but what I am going to do is I'm going to say that each one of these has to be 100 words. So you've got 3 of those, 3 times 100 words. So I want to see these free writes have 100-word minimum for the free writes. Given that your average page of, just kind of as a side note, your average page of double-spaced type text equals about 250 to 300 words. Just if you guys are ever wondering. A lot of teachers will give you assignments based on word counts. So for example, if you have a 1,200 word paper, you know that if you roughly go with 300, you're looking at roughly a 4-page paper. So just a little side lesson there.